Silva Zoldyck is very fond of his younger sibling, Alluka, and is one of the few characters in Hunter x Hunter who is not afraid of Alluka's special powers, which her family calls Nanika. This special power is an unstoppable force that potentially threatens everyone around Alluka, causing many people to wish harm upon her. Nanika is the mysterious alter ego of Alluka Zoldyck, the second youngest of the Zoldyck family. Nanika's power is terrifying and limitless. But how exactly does this work and where did this strange power come from? It is unknown when and how Nanika came to possess Alluka, but the two have shared the latter's body at least since Alluka was a young child. The Zoldyck family is in the dark about Nanika's nature. Killua once saw Alluka turn into Nanika and learned about the general nature of its abilities by asking it how to revert the transformation. As a toddler, Alluka once asked Mitsuba, an attendant of Zoldyck family, to do three simple things: carrying her, going up a staircase, and raising Alluka up in the air. After Mitsuba did what she was told, Alluka's eyes and mouth suddenly turned pitch black. Freaked out by this, Mitsuba called for help. Killua came and changed Alluka back to normal by asking Alluka to make himself go high, which Alluka did. After the accident, Killua had to tell his parents about Alluka's secret because Mitsuba has already reported it to them. It turned out that when Alluka had 3 requests fulfilled, her eyes and mouth would turn pitch black and they would change back to normal only when she heard and granted a wish. To test the ability, her mother Kikyo Zoldyck ordered Mitsuba to decline any of her requests, no matter how small it was. Due to that, Mitsuba and her lover Hasam, who was not around Alluka at that time, were mysteriously crushed into mince meat simultaneously. Killua explained that this was the consequence of saying no to Alluka's request 4 times. Sometime afterwards, Yasuha, another female servant of the Zoldyck family, after granting 2 other wishes, gave Alluka a piggyback ride at her request, thus activating wish granting mode. Giving in to her greed at that time, Yasuha wished that Alluka would make her a billionaire. Nanika agreed and suddenly a large number of banknotes started to rain down from the blimp in the sky. Like Alluka, Nanika is very fond of Killua Zoldyck. Nanika strives to earn people's praise and especially Killua's by granting wishes and usually asks him to pet it. Nanika has the ability to attach itself to another living being and coexist within their body, taking control of them when certain conditions are met. Its physical abilities are dependent upon those of the body it inhabits. Currently, it has the strength of a normal child. Alluka shares an empathic link with Nanika, which allows her to perceive its emotions too. Its most distinctive ability, however, is its power to grant wishes, the extent of which is speculated by Zoldycks to be infinite. But it is unknown if Nanika retained this ability after Killua told it to stop granting wishes. And it is also unclear whether Nanika's wish granting ability is related to Nen. When it healed Gon, a massive amount of aura was released, which left Illumi and some of the Zodiacs deeply impressed. But it remains unconfirmed whether that aura belonged to Nanika or Gon. Originally, there were 5 rules about Nanika's power known by the Zoldyck family as a whole from their trial and error experiments at the expense of their butlers. The first rule is, if someone fails to fulfill Alluka's request and gets killed, the difficulty level of Alluka's request returns to level 1. That is the best time to make a wish. The second rule is, if Alluka is making requests from a particular person, they cannot be moved over to another person midway. If that particular person disappears, such as concealing themselves, Alluka is unable to make any request to anybody else. The third rule is, if the person fulfilling request dies midway, it will count as a failure and at least one more person will die. The fourth rule is, Alluka cannot make request of someone without knowing their name. The fifth rule is, the same person cannot ask Alluka for consecutive wishes. There are also rules initially known only by Killua before he was forced to disclose them or they were puzzled out by Illumi. The first rule is, while Nanika can grant only one wish at a time, Nanika can be given several conditions to a single wish, therefore greatly expanding the capacities of what one can ask of Nanika before granting another 3 requests. The second rule that Killua found was, if a wish is made for healing, Nanika must make physical contact with the target. Furthermore, there isn't any cruel backlash. Although this may be a rule Killua made up to hide his special privileges, it is also shown that the healing is very taxing to Nanika, causing Alluka to fall asleep from exhaustion. The third rule is Killua, due to his relationship with Alluka and Nanika, has the special privilege of issuing a command, and when he does, his request will bypass any existing backlash and will be granted without any repercussions. If somebody else wishes other than Killua, they will suffer the same repercussions of the previous wish that was supposed to be given, with command itself not affecting the request. The fourth and the last rule is issuing a command allows Killua to have his wish granted even if Nanika is in the middle of making request of someone else, as well as if it is his second consecutive wish. Now, it has never been officially confirmed by the manga or mangaka as to what creature Nanika specifically is. However, many fans have speculated and used hints in the manga to come to their own conclusions about Nanika's origin. It was revealed in the extras of volume 33 that Nanika is an unknown creature from the Dark Continent. The Dark Continent contains what are known as the calamities, as known as the 5 threats. One of the 5 creatures is a creature called as Ai, which gets its name from the sound it makes. If a human expedition to the Dark Continent is a failure, then they are forced to bring back the calamity to the known world as a punishment, similar to a curse. Nanika's catchphrase is Ai, which she says when granting someone's wish. It is believed that an Ai was brought from the Dark Continent to the known world during a failed voyage, and then possessed Alluka Zoldyck, creating who the readers known as Nanika. That's why these 5 threads from Dark Continent are extremely important plot points that will be used many times in the upcoming manga chapters, so understanding them is very important. If you don't know what are these 5 threads and wants to know more about the Dark Continent, then check out my other videos about Hunter x Hunter by clicking over here. And make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel because I post regular anime content on my YouTube channel. And that's it for today's video guys, and I will see you in the next one. Sayonara.